Namaskaram. Hello, everyone. I can't see, there's no light, but I can see, like, I can sense that there are people. So, thank you so much for coming. Um, so, this is why, first, uh, it's a very overwhelming feeling, the kind of response that people have after they've seen Hippie. Um, I've seen so many messages and so many reviews and so many people walking up congratulating for the good job. I think that just means everything because it's uh, it's so much more than any award. It's so much more than any reward. It's pure connect. It's how people feel, and they only say such things when they feel so. Even when I was walking out of the theater, I, Karthikya, JD sir, we went to so many theaters together, and even when we were walking out, people were genuinely connecting. It was like, okay, we've seen a good film and we'd like to meet the star cast. It's like that. So thank you so much for that. I needed to say this to everyone who's watched the film. To everyone who's not watched the film, you have to please go watch Hippie. A few things about my take on this story. So we've told everybody that Hippie is a young film and Hippie is about this guy and there are girl in the film and it's a love story and there's comedy, of course. There's Venla Kishore Garu, there's J.D. Chakravarti sir. It's a great team to work with. But what do you expect in the film? I'm going to maybe tell you a little bit to kind of increase your curiosity towards the film. So you go there, watch it with your family. With your family actually reminds me of the fact that some places we've gotten an A certificate and people are like, oh, maybe it's just a young film, so it's supposed to be probably not seen with your family and stuff. But I watched it with my family. I'm sure you can watch it with your family. The film, it's not just about, it's not just it's not about visually having something that makes it or gives it an A. It's about so many we've so it's a very contemporary film. It's about today's date of love stories. It's about how relationships are now. It's a take on live-in relationships. It's not a story just about live-in relationship. It's about, see, there was a time where we had love stories like Romeo and Juliet, Heer Ranjha, Laila Majnu, but that was a different space. That was a different scenario. It was a different segment and different era where people lived in, experiencing and having their own set of issues. Now we have different issues. Now we have issues where, see, somebody can just walk up to somebody and say that I love you. How do you prove that you love that person? Understanding, compatibility. Can you bear with each other during thick and thin? Can you really stand by each other? It's about so many other things, and Hippie is that love story. Hippie is a love story that I think every man and woman and girl and boy can connect with in today's date and time. I am very sure at least there is one bit or two bit or maybe the entire film that everyone can relate with and enjoy. I say relate with not because you must have experienced something replicated in your life. I say relate with because it's something that happens, something that you see, or if you've not experienced, then somebody very close to you must have. But it's not something that's like a very idealistic situation that love stories are supposed to be this way. It's not like that, and that's why we call Hippie a young film, because it's a young, fresh take on today's love story, and this is the first time that it's presented in a very different way. Krishna sir has had his own thread of representing love story in this film in a certain way that it does reach out to people in a very relatable way. And I have personally enjoyed, I mean, I've not been in a relationship like that, but I could relate to that. So I'm sure everyone else can and everyone else would. And that's why I want you to watch. It's a very crisp, I mean, there is no moment in the film that I thought was, or anybody in the theater that kind of walked out was being like, oh, that was missed, or this was missed. It wasn't like that at all. And personally, coming to what I play, as the leading lady of the film, my role is called Amukta Malyada. For everyone who's seen, I'm reintroducing myself, and everyone who's not seen, I'm introducing